for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
And a happy Christmas Eve to you. Welcome to Big D Energy. My name is Stick.
Big D.
Filling in for Neil Rule's punk ass, who is golfing in Hawaii probably as we... Like, this dude's Instagram is pissing me off.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I gotta unfollow Neil Rule.
No, man, other way around. Just because I can't, I'm glad he can. I told him, please don't fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Into a volcano.
Good for him. I mean, hey, out there on the streets, this is how tough it is sometimes. He sure ain't in Philly, that's for sure.
Just watching him, ocean in the background, chipping out of a bunker. I'm like, I could be in that bunker. I could hit into the water out there, too. But welcome to the show. My name is Stick. That is Darren effing McCarty to my left. Justin got the memo today. The Darth Vader. Did you notice that?
You're looking good, kid.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, Justin.
Oh, Justin's Darth Vader too? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but Justin.
I don't have any Christmas sweaters or anything.
I have about 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
I am that guy as well, Stick.
No, you're a little more. Like your jacket, and look at, you got mismatched wreath pants. Show the pants. He's got
I also
pants.
have shoes on, too.
He's got shoes. He's got socks. Like, I'm sweater. You're like everything.
I'm just a festive guy.
Yeah.
I like getting in the spirit.
Aren't you Jewish though?
I'm both.
Okay.
Festus.
Right.
Oh, he double dips.
Yeah.
My mom is Jewish and my dad is Catholic. So.
Yep. Oh,
But we have a Polish Christmas Eve tonight that I'm actually running late to
this
right
dude
now.
is the Maz of holidays.
Yeah.
I love that. Honestly.
You don't tell me which ones I can celebrate.
I grew up this way, and then I moved over here, and my mom and my dad, and now I love them both.
And now I'm pierogi on Christmas Eve.
And I'm Polish too. Why not? I love Glumpki.
What is the big meal in a Polish Christmas Eve? Is it
Pierogies.
Yeah, pierogi.
Glumpki.
You have a
We
favorite
have
pierogi?
glopki. We have kielbasa. Yeah, I like mushroom pierogies.
Okay.
And then
Do you like the farmer's cheese?
sometimes I
The
think
sweet ones?
we might have deer tenderloin as well tonight.
Deer
Or
tenderloin.
moose tenderloin.
So that's how the other half lives, huh?
Well, it's funny because you're
Well, my
either in a
dad shot
trailer eating like that, or you're in like a big
Yep.
house eating like that.
It's
Like
true.
no one middle class just has deer for dinner. You either got to be poor and hunt, or you got to be rich and just it's a delicacy.
My dad did shoot it.
Did he shoot it? All right. Congratulations to Mark Statawa taking him down.
Shout out.
And
He was dancing at Hey Social. He was hitting some moves.
Yeah,
he was at the watch party.
Yeah.
Now your dad's cool coming out.
Dad
to
is a cool
support.
guy.
That's awesome. D-Mac, what are your traditions on Christmas Eve? Do you guys eat deer?
The venison, you know what? It could be if up north. Regular tradition used to be Christmas Eve at my grandparents, and then Christmas morning with my other grandparents for breakfast and stuff like that. Breakfast is a big gathering. I know that we have the family. Chosen family Christmas today, this afternoon. We like to do it Christmas Eve afternoon as you get older. I think, whatever way that you can enjoy it. So as far as what do I look forward to? Scalloped potatoes.
Oh.
Scalloped potatoes. We got to
Like real ones or out of the box?
No, real ones. Real.
I don't think I've ever had real ones.
That, and I mentioned it when we talk about Thanksgiving, but it's a family Christmas dish. It's this. My aunt makes this like marshmallow jello dish that is unbelievable.
My aunt makes something similar.
Yeah, so I'll be in all that. I like the sides.
Yeah.
I'm a side guy, too.
I saw it with the Thanksgiving draft you guys had.
Yeah.
You guys didn't put main dishes in there till like second and third round.
No, because you got to base the plate with the sides, and then the main goes on top.
I'm a big sides guy.
But I think the difference is those stick mostly is like there'll be some sort of meat.
Meat.
Hell yeah.
On
Gotta let the meat slap meat.
there it is.
Meat to
slapping
meat.
meat.
Meat to meat. Spenny, what about you? What about your Christmas Eve traditions?
Well, we're doing Christmas. We always do at my mom, one of my mom's siblings or my grandma's house. So we're gonna do that at my grandma's house tomorrow. So just hanging out with my dad, and probably drink some whiskey, do a shot, watch a movie, smoke a joint. It'll be a good night just hanging out with pops.
That's what you got to do.
What about you,
man.
Stick? This is sort of new for you, right? This year?
Yeah, my first Christmas with my kid.
Yeah,
She's
with the
11
baby.
months old, and so we're doing that whole thing. And then, like, my whole life, every Christmas Eve, we'd open up a gift from my mom, and it was always pajamas, always Christmas pajamas.
Yeah, you'd have to wear
43
it.
years old, I still get Christmas pajamas.
Well, and you're gonna wear 'em tonight.
The whole family's gonna rock them tonight. The family rocking the matching PJs. So we're doing that tonight.
We do enjoy that. Please continue that family tradition that the Sticks they
Yeah.
do the family pajamas with everybody. I love those.
Yeah, no, and that's a credit to my mom. She stayed, but my closet is just full of Christmas ugly pajamas. Like, I could wear different ones almost every day and be fine through a couple months. So we got a lot of those. But baby Joey's ready. Wrap presents all night last night. My wife had to work the overnight shift, so she couldn't do the wrapping. I was like, listen, I'm just gonna get high in the basement by myself and wrap up all these presents. Knocked out 27 of them
Nice.
in an hour and a half.
There you go.
27
Machine-like work. 3 minutes per.
That's beautiful.
and 3 blunts.
Well, yeah.
Was it sativa? Is that why?
No, I don't smoke. I don't like sativa.
Really?
I'd prefer not. Indica man.
Shout out
That's
to
even more impressive
Burn
than
in the
doing
Woodward
27.
Sports chat with the super chat. He says, Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas to the Vikings who, under KOC, have gone 1-4 after December 25th. That one was a 3-14 Bears for context. Spiritually 0-5, really. I like that.
I like it.
But that's the coach of the year I keep seeing out of the purple guys.
I mean, he's definitely a top 3 candidate this year.
He hasn't had to deal with the adversity the Lions have had to deal with.
That's true.
I mean, I guess if you consider you have Sam Darnold at quarterback dealing with adversity, then yeah. I mean,
But I'm told he's the Messiah.
he is not. He sees ghosts out there when he plays real teams. And let's be honest, the Vikings, they're going to get tested this week. And this is, to me, the Vikings and the Packers are the same team. They're one tier below the Lions. They're going to battle it out for second place, and we'll see this weekend how it plays out.
Real quick, looking at the fact that we do have NFL games already tomorrow on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas City and Pittsburgh and Baltimore and Houston.
Shit.
Could you imagine being those? And those are 4 playoff teams, right? On this short of a week, what's the injury report for them going to come out?
That's why they played on Saturday, is so that it's basically just a Thursday game, like after having a Sunday
Yeah,
game.
but it's still at this point of the season.
Yeah.
Like that's where I look back and see where we're at. We're get that extra day, you get that 8th day to play next week after having those 10 days off. So, that's why it goes back to the conversation about going through those 3 games in 12 days. Now looking back at it, right? Just to focus, everybody going at it. But I'm just interested, like Thursday, Friday. Yeah, you're right, Spenny. But at this time of the year, we see the wear and tear coming down to guys. I'm just a little bit more gonna watch the injury report.
Yeah, the way it's played out for the Lions may benefit them in the end. Packing those 3 games, like you said, in the 13, 14 days, whatever it was. They had to deal with that run of injuries. They're still dealing with that run of injuries. But now you get a layup game with Chicago. San Francisco's already out of the playoffs. They've kind of quit. We'll see what they have left. But that's not quite the intensity of the game you thought it was going to be when you looked at the calendar at the beginning of the season. You were like, oh, my God, this game is going to be something. Now it's like, okay, this is probably going to be able to walk through that. And then if all things take care of itself and the Packers prove to be everything you Packers claim to be, because this is your week, Packers. You want to tell me you're a great franchise. You want to tell me you're historic. You want to tell me you're Super Bowl bound. Go handle business, because if you don't, what I said 2 weeks ago is accurate about you. You're fraudulent. You're not a real franchise. You can't get it done against winning teams. So this is my challenge to you, Packers fans and Packers players. You want to talk about how the Lions are cheap, how they can't get it done, how we don't have Super Bowls? Well, now's your chance to actually show some of your championship swagger this week against a Vikings team who on paper is better than you. And if you don't beat them, you can't say shit to me anymore, can you? Because you failed. You failed twice against the Lions, and now you're going to fail against the Vikings. This is the week, D-Mac.
Yeah, the only thing that I would this is payback game. If you don't think that Dan Campbell and this Detroit Lions team isn't going out to avenge, and I know that the San Fran team isn't the same team they played last year, but they don't care. This is a statement game. No,
and it's in the same place as last year. Like, you're returning to the crime scene.
They're going to rub it in. They're going to win, and they're going to showboat doing it. They're going to blow them out. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to be able to have that, to put the chip on your shoulder for the players heading into this game, because you could look past this game to the Vikings if you're the Lions, right? I mean, the good news for the Lions, they'll know before they play this game whether it's a absolute must-win to keep the positioning or lock up the number one seed, or the other way around. So, I don't know. Do you think that's going to benefit the Lions knowing going in?
I don't think it changes their game plan at all. You know, Dan Campbell has come out and said he doesn't rest starters already. Now, if they have the number one seed locked up, maybe that's different, but that's for another day. Right now, you're looking at San Francisco and going into there and beating San Francisco. As Dan Campbell said, he doesn't give a shit about the Vikings right now. He cares about San Francisco this week, who's up, go out there and take care of business.
D-Mac, how much does that sit in the back of your brain when a team knocks you out of a playoff, potential Super Bowl championship run, when you feel you're the better team, you were up, and then they came back and took it from you?
Only for 11 months.
That's it?
No, only for 11 months. Like, that's your motivation.
Yeah.
Your motivation, and you don't need motivation when things are going good. But when you need that extra bit of motivation because, you know, you got to put that extra rep in or whatever. Like, you think back, and you think back, especially if you played in that game, where you came up short. And you're not going to allow that to happen again. And you got to look at the makeup of what this team means. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, do you think that this matters to this group of men? I do.
Yeah.
I think that's right. So they're going out and whatever it is, I don't care what it is. We can all relate to it, whether playing sports or, gosh darn it, it's Christmas time. You're going to be playing board games with a lot of your relatives and stuff like that. There's a competitiveness. I know some of you lost last year, no matter what you were playing. And that family game, ours was Remoli.
Euchre.
Right? It's coming around, and you know what? You've been yelling at your brother's your partner last year, and you got beat by Mom and Aunt Jan. Well, guess what? You best be talking about it. How many times you guys talk about it throughout the year? How many times did they chirp you out throughout the year? So there are bragging rights, and this is just something that, and I allude back to when you listen to these guys interviewed, what do they say? This team in front of us is in the way of where we're going. And that's what the San Francisco team. Plus, I look back, you have to, these are the great teams. In my era, it was the Colorados and the Dallases, the stuff that you had to have your A game, and you had to prove no matter what time of the year when this game comes on the schedule, because it means so much more, because you are trying, for lack of a better term, get to where San Fran was. And that's the NFC Championship. And they ended and especially too, Stick, yes, the way that you lost, I'm doing extra reps.
Yeah.
I'm doing another set.
Is it bittersweet that they're not good this year, though? Like,
No.
Don't you want them to be the team that, like, beat you last year so you can get that, like,
Well, you know what,
revenge?
Stick, if we were healthy, yes.
Okay.
But the fact that we're not, right? So then we don't care. It's just got to win. And like Dan Campbell said last week, I don't care if we give up 700 yards and we win by 1. This is all of the rest of this season, and everything else in the playoffs is about winning.
Yeah, and to be honest, that team from last year, the cracks was there the whole time. I mean, we had them up at the half, 17 points.
I know, but
we let them off the hook.
Like, you want to beat someone at their best, especially after they took a Super Bowl appearance away from you. And
I hear you.
Listen, it's going to be just as good to watch that gold helmet be slammed into the ground either way. I'm fine with the victory when they get it. It's just,
People die every day, B.
I get it.
It is
but
what it is, man.
The intensity of this game isn't what it was at the beginning of the season, and that's all. It's kind of taken away some of the luster of this game. But if you want to bet on it, if you're looking for the over-under, or you're looking, like D-Mac says, even if the Lions win by 1 point, you can take them. And $1,000 as a bonus bet if your bet loses, which it won't because the Lions are winning. Use code Woodward1000 right now, the Caesars Sportsbook. Scan that QR code right above my head right now. Get in there, get those bets in. We're going to have football tomorrow. Now's your opportunity. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce here every Tuesday. He'll be here today at noon during Big D Energy, Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Just the guy that I trusted for my 4 Stanley Cup career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. Thank you for coming out with that slow and steady music, KG.
I got you, man.
I like this. Should be a nice, peaceful time around these holidays. You know, everything slows down a little bit.
Spenny original right here.
It is,
Is this Spenny original?
Shout out.
Bump this up a little.
Who is this, Benny?
This is me.
I could impregnate a girl with this song.
This is my boy Dante. His little brother, shout out to Anton, is actually like a dog-ass music producer. Like, he's in the top 2% of music producers in the world. And so, shout out to him. We were just in the basement, smoking, drinking, having a good time, and he was playing his throwaway beats, and we just started rapping over him, and he made it sound good.
We need to get a Woodward Sports Cypher going on one of the beats.
Man, what?
Yeah.
Everybody on one.
Like
a
let me know.
20-minute like Detroit versus Everybody remix with like every rapper that was ever alive.
Hell yeah.
That's smooth. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve, so, you know, nice little sports chat going on today, talking about the Lions, talking about the Pistons. We will mention the Red Wings at some point in time. I just don't feel like getting into that shit right now. I'm in a good mood today.
Yeah.
Presents are wrapped. Food's cooking right now on the slow cooker. I got liquor waiting for me at home.
Goddamn right.
Get to spend the holidays with my boys here. And Spenny, we were talking about euchre as the card game. D-Mac plays a different card game. Me and you, we're the euchre guys.
Yes.
Me and my wife cannot beat her parents. Like, it's been like 2 years and they've been whooping our ass.
Oh,
D-Mac.
geez, man.
And I think Pops is cheating. I think he's stacking the deck. I haven't caught him yet though. But Tabitha agrees euchre is the best. Drew K, I love this comment. My wife's grandmother is a weapon at euchre. And there's always that one person that you want on your squad.
Always a weapon in the family.
I'm that one person you always want on your squad.
Yep. Do you have a teammate? You have a family teammate?
Normally, my grandma. I'll play with my grandma. Shout out Grandma Rizzy. But yeah, in my brother's bachelor party, I was 13-0 against my other brothers and all their friends. Didn't lose a game of euchre the whole weekend. So my brother Dylan's getting pissed. He's getting pissed. Like, starting to like throw shit. I'm going to bed and slamming the cards on the table. You know, some people got it.
Some people got it. Some people don't. Told you we're going to talk about it. Let's get it out of the way.
By the way,
Red Wings don't.
Guys, by the way, I'm Canadian, so I automatically know how to play. You learn how to play euchre after you learn how to skate. Before you learn how to walk.
I learned it on the wrestling bus when I was in middle school, and we'd go like to different schools to wrestle.
Interesting. I learned a few other things on the bus.
yeah, those bus rides, man. Like in middle school and stuff. Delinquents, absolute delinquents.
Especially when you live in the country.
Let's talk about the Red Wings.
Why?
I'm glad Justin's not in here.
I thought you said we were keeping.
I want to get it out of the way while Justin's not in here, so he doesn't go on a 40-minute soliloquy about how bad Lalonde sucks.
Yeah.
Well, does he not?
I don't know. I don't watch enough, right?
I feel sorry for anybody who watched that garbage after this weekend. Sean Belegian and I sat here last week and said this weekend against Montreal's back-to-back home and home series will tell you a lot about this team or where it's at, and absolutely fall flat in your face. And you played an okay game on Friday. You played an absolute shit game Saturday, and last night, absolutely nothing. No energy at home, whatever like this, just mail it in. So when you're talking about motivation and the coach or not getting anything out of the players, I mean, it's ridiculous. So I don't know why you guys are watching. Kenny, did I not nail this?
What do they need?
Ended July Tigers.
Yep.
Right?
D-Man.
And you flip it on and
how do you fire this team up?
Goaltending.
How do you fire them up?
What?
How do you fire this team up?
You gotta make a change. You gotta make a change, and I bring up a whole shit ton of kids, because if you're gonna lose like this, at least lose with effort.
Right.
And I was in Grand Rapids, and they lost a tough one in overtime, giving up a late goal to Texas on Sunday. Shout out Elmer Soderblom, sniped one. My boy Dom Shine too, who's having a good year. But give these guys an opportunity, at least spark something. I mean, I don't know, guys. I really don't, because what I see, is effort and the system that they're playing without the ability, right? You need speed. That's what it is, number one. And they don't have speed. Let a few guys.
Is that due to drafting? Is that due to free agent signing?
You
Is
got
that due to
kids
culture?
coming,
Like, what's going on?
If you want to criticize, see, here's the one thing is, yes, will Steve Yzerman tell you that, like, whatever, some of his decisions in the free agent signing Justin Hall or Gustafsson or whatever hasn't worked out. But you guys make it like he hasn't been limited by unfortunate draft position.
Yeah.
Right? Now to say, we know now he should have took Quinn Hughes. Right? But at the time you had a guy named Philip Veronic who you thought was sort of that, so you went off the board that way. I mean, yes, decisions are being made, but you're not even a playoff team. Yeah. So why are you even worried about that if you don't think the progress? I look at the guys that he's drafted in the future and the young guys, right? And it's beyond Dylan Larkin. It's into the Mo Siders. It's into, the the Raymonds and the Edvardsons and the Caspers and stuff like this. But it's just whatever it is, it's not enough. And to me, the apparent thing is you get skated all over around. And again, what do I look? I lied. I did flip the game on to see that there was 11 shots with 5 minutes left in the third period on net. Like, come on.
In the whole game?
Yeah, with 5 minutes left in the third, they only had 11 shots.
I'm putting this year on Steve Yzerman. It's his fault the Red Wings are this bad this year. Your defensive core is absolutely terrible outside of 2 players, and that's his fault. The veteran signings you brought in for forwards, Tarasenko is absolutely washed, cooked. You need to get somebody better than that. Perron, Perron's not in his prime either, but he was leagues better than what Tarasenko is this year. Compher is not good. Kopp is not good. All these guys that Stevie brought in are not good, and they're not making things play. The good players are the guys he drafted. I'll give him that. I'll never question his drafting acumen, because the guys on this roster that are good and that are studs were drafted by Steve Yzerman or Dylan Larkin. He got DeBrincat. That was a win. But every other free agent that he's brought in has been terrible, and he let defensemen walk that you desperately needed on this team.
Well, that's the big one, right?
Yeah.
The ghost. Without Gostisbehere, you look at what he's doing in Carolina and stuff like this. But you brought up a great point, Spenny.
DNC ENT in the chat. This shit wild. The mother effing Red Wings are in 27th place in the league, and we still talk about them. But if they played in the NBA, they would have been abolished after Game 12. We talk about the Pistons, I would say, a fair amount on this station, right?
Yep.
How many wins do they have?
13, I think.
How many wins do the Red Wings have?
I'm not sure.
Same. 13. Like, I think we give equal time. It's just, for some reason, the Pistons are actually more fun to watch as a 13-win team through 30-some-odd games than the Red Wings are as a 13. Like, look at their records, Spenny. They're damn near the same team, but we talk about them in just completely different lights.
Spenny, you nailed something there where I think that we can start separating the conversation, at least in this part, is like what, right? Remember how Neil will always say about Brad Holmes, right? And he can draft or whatever, but man, he can trade, he can make all these different moves. It seems like every tool that he uses at his disposal is positive. Steve Yzerman, you can't say that. You could say, okay, his draft choices or the guys that are going to come, because you still got the Koses and the Augustines and the Lombardis and the Danielsons and guys that are down in the minors, but and it's not mostly a lot of his fault because of what's he got to choose from. Guys ain't choosing to come here, right? It ain't the old Red Wings where this is a destination place because you're going to win something.
Hey, Hockey Town.
Yeah, hey, blow it out your ass. So it's just frustrating. But something needs to happen.
Wheezy D313 in the chat. The dumb comments get read because it's provocative. Yes. And that's why I read your comment. Thank you. I appreciate you.
What the fuck you guys doing in the chat, dude? It's Christmas Eve. Stop being miserable. And when we talk, newsflash, when we talk about the Pistons or the Red Wings, ratings go down. Nobody wants to hear about them. But we have Darren fucking McCarty on the show, so we're going to talk about the fucking Red Wings. How hard is that to understand? If it was Lindsey Hunter up there, we'd be talking about the Pistons. It's not that hard.
Well, and the Red Wings played last night. It's
So
relevant.
the Pistons, yeah, and they won.
And the Pistons played, yeah. We'll talk about the Pistons. I mean, listen, I love anytime you can have LeBron bricking the last shot of the game and losing. That's my dream against the Pistons. That's the shit I live for. So I was happy to see the Lakers bow down. And didn't they call up Bronny last night too, KG?
They did, yep.
Did he get any minutes? I didn't see him on the court.
I didn't see him that much.
Okay.
So.
No, he's not going to play unless the
I was hoping for that Ivy-Bronny matchup so Ivy could have put his nuts on his chin.
No, it's all good. Ivy balled out, so.
Yeah. Ivy, 2 games in a row for Ivy.
Yep.
So here's the question. Why do we feel so positive about the Pistons with the same win-loss percentage?
Yeah, it's
effort.
The products
Eyeball
are totally
test.
different.
It's absolutely 1,000,000% different. If the record was the same, but the effort was out of the Wings that you're getting out of the Pistons, we could sit here and say, okay, eventually, but it's nothing. There's nothing. There's no energy. There's no pizzazz. It's boring as shit.
I think the Red Wings were projected to be better than the Pistons. Ultimately, we thought the Red Wings would be a playoff team. A lot of people did. And with the Pistons, we just wanted to see better basketball. Now you kind of get in the reverse. The Red Wings are regressing, and the Pistons are showing that they can be a solid team in the East. I mean, they are well within the playoff hunt at this point. So.
And you know what the major difference is?
What?
Coaching.
Yeah, that too.
Coaching.
That too.
Justin, I started talking about the Wings while you were out of the studio just to make sure you didn't go 20 minutes talking about the Wings, but 30 seconds. How you feeling?
You can just sum it up with their
With his little drink.
Santa sleigh.
Justin walking around here like he
Without
owns the
Rudolph.
bitch, just drinking on a holiday.
But
Feet crossed
I'll
in the
allow
chair.
it.
Say he got his Karen pose, man.
they're Santa sleigh without Rudolph. They have no leadership. They have no effort. They have no grit. They're just nothing that this city embodies and nothing that this Red Wings team stands for. And they are a disgrace to people like Darren McCarty, who built this franchise with grit and grind, and there's just zero of it. And you know it's bad when your captain even comes out and says that there's none of it. And shout out to Larkin. He even said that he's got to do better, but Larkin, my man, it's not on you. You're doing what you can.
him, Sider, Raymond, they're doing everything they can, but like Edmondson too and stuff like this. But that's 4 guys.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's
it's
not
a
enough.
20 to 30 man roster for a reason.
I like this response by DNCENT. See, we don't always have to disagree. Because the Pistons have a top 3 point guard in the NBA on
That's
their
not
team
true.
and are in the playoff race. The Wings are second to last in the East.
I love Cade Cunningham. He's not a top 3 point guard in the NBA yet.
But let's just
trending that way.
Yeah,
In the
let's
East,
let's
yeah.
strip the top 3 and
He's
let's
top
just
5
say
in the
they
East.
have an elite player that's fun to
Yes.
watch.
Yeah.
Who do the Red Wings have that's Cade Cunningham?
Dylan Larkin's playing at that level. Lucas Raymond's playing at that level.
Edmondson
Mo
and
Sider's
Sider.
playing at that level.
So you think they got 3 Cade Cunninghams?
They have 3 elite players in the NHL
Yes.
at least, yeah.
Okay. Why the hell aren't they winning it?
Because the coach.
Because 3 players
depth,
can't carry
yeah.
a team.
Well, one is for the Pistons.
Yeah,
and
the
the
Pistons got one
basketball
Cade
is different
Cunningham.
in the NHL. It takes a lot more players
Yeah.
to
Five
win.
guys on the
In
ice, 5
NHL.
guys on the court.
Stick, come on.
One guy
don't,
can make a
don't
difference.
act like
can't
it's even
compare
close
the
to
two.
the same thing.
It's
It's
not
not.
the same sport, but like one guy, if you got 3 to 1.
Oh, really?
Right.
What? Really? I will put a goaltender in that can absolutely ruin your. Doesn't matter
Oh, yeah.
what you have.
Listen, I don't know much about hockey, but I do know if you have got a good goaltender, you're doing well.
No, that's what I'm saying. It
That's
doesn't matter what the greatest player in the world is. You don't have goaltender, you can't win.
But we didn't want Linus Hallmark, so
It is Hallmark season.
You don't want to pay him.
All right.
it seems to be a common issue in Detroit.
You know what I would pay for?
Yeah, for a
some
team that's
Sabbath
not
coffee
playoff.
right now for the
the
Red
same
Wings to
owner.
wake up.
Gotta wake up out there on the ice, get some Sabbath coffee. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, deliciously roasted specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. Make sure you tap in at SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order at Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Be a great gift for somebody. Give them a Sabbath Coffee Roaster subscription. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, support local and just enjoy great coffee.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Listen, the holidays are here. You're going to get loaded up with a bunch of gift cards. No better place to spend them but at our shop. Go to woodwardsports.com. You can click on shop or just go shop.woodwardsports.com. We got the whole kneecap quote on a t-shirt for you, the Honolulu Blueprint, and of course, the Roll Pride Detroit t-shirts up right now, plus a ton of other great designs. New Detroit shirt designs every week right here at Woodward Sports. All right, welcome back to Big D Energy, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Thanks to everybody checking in on Twitter as well. We're live on Twitter. Everybody on YouTube right now, appreciate you being a part of the conversation in the chat. Don't forget, if you want to do a super chat, we will move you to the front of the line and make sure your comment is read on air. And yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. We just got through the Red Wing stuff, so we did it, people. We got through the hard shit. Sometimes that's what you got to do in life, right, D-Mac? You embrace the suck, you just get through it, and now we can talk about good things. And I think one great thing that came out of the Detroit Lions Chicago Bears football game is Christian Mahogany. You got a young man that's stepping in at the guard position. The things that he was doing looked special. And here you see Nolan Bianchi. He tweeted out, rookie offensive guard, or OG, as we call him, Christian Mahogany, had a pass block grade of 82.5 in his first NFL start, the second best of any Detroit offensive lineman, behind only left tackle Taylor Decker with 86.1. And some of his highlights, like if you saw even him helping out and checking down, he was putting guys on their ass all game long. Chicago Bears, they do suck, but their defense is not the biggest suck of their team. They actually have a decent defense. So for him to come in, step in that role with all the injuries that have been happening, I think this is part of the equation that a lot of us didn't really consider when you think about injuries. It's about the guys that they've been stashing, drafting, building up, and that are now ready to go when they initially weren't early in the season. D-Mac, what does that do for a team when you know the reinforcements are coming and the bench is getting stronger as the season goes on?
I said it last week. The blessing in disguise, not only do you give an opportunity for guys who have been putting in the work that you know, when it comes down to culture, it's knowing every man in that facility, whether you're in the game day roster, if you're practice squad. Again, how many times do I say it? Dan Campbell told us back in 2021 he had to prepare as a head coach that if all his starters went down. So between him and Brad Holmes, they make sure guys are in place. Now it gives an opportunity when somebody goes down, and what we saw to Christian Mahogany, it's on brand. It plugs and it plays to their coaching staff, to their general manager, to everything else, and it's about opportunity. So not only does he gain that experience, right, for when somebody else goes down, but he's got those reps in, and you look at the confidence, and it's the same thing. It's Dan Campbell just came out and said, paraphrasing the fact that everybody available that can play will be going against San Francisco and stuff like that. So whether Glasgow's back or Mahogany's in there, this is what you want. This is what championship teams do. Their next man up mentality, and their next man up is able to perform.
Yeah, the guard position I now feel is insulated. It's safer. If anything happens there, we got a go-to guy. Spenny, resident big man, I know you love the trenches. What'd you think watching Mahogany this Sunday?
Yeah, no, it's what we expected. This kid, when he was drafted, me and Easy raved about him. He was ready to go. Like, he's a plug-and-play guy. You saw it on the tape. You saw how aggressive he was. And when you're playing in between guys like Frank Ragnow and Taylor Decker, it's definitely going to make your job a lot easier. But it was impressive what he was doing. He was getting out there making plays. And he dropped the Fade Rotha gif on Twitter to announce he was starting, which I loved. So shout out to Christian Mahogany, friend of the show, friend of the network. So kid played his ass off. Can't ask for anything else.
KG?
No, he played great. And even though he was a 6th-round pick, this was somebody that had a little bit of hype around him just because of what he can do. His skill sets work well with what the Lions want to do, especially in the run game. They had to work on his pass pro a little bit. And I didn't think we would see him this season. I honestly didn't, but they got him ready. Hank Fraley, shout out to them. They know how to develop, and he's ready to go now. And this is why I tell people that are, what's up with Giovanni Manu? Be patient. They know what they're doing. They're trying to develop them, get them right. Because if you can have a Christian Mahogany in the future, to step in for Graham Glasgow, and then you can have a big man like Giovanni Manu, 6'8", almost 300 pounds on that offensive line at the tackle position, it'd be nasty.
I mean, if Manu pans out, Brad Holmes,
he's a genius.
He already is a genius, but how does it keep getting better with Brad Holmes, right? Because 6th-round pick steps in. Oh, my God, this guy looks like a viable starter in the NFL. Granted, it's a small sample size. It's one game against the shitty Bears.
True. But
so we can't get, over the top excited, but he played legitimate NFL snaps, and he didn't look like a clown coming out of the 6th round. That used to be impossible out of the 2nd round for the Lions.
No, that's a fact.
No, I mean, but it goes to show you they do the work, right? Whatever the formula Brad Holmes has in evaluating players, it's on. And then you brought up a great point. Look at who they're working with, right? What do we see on J-Mo's touchdown? Antoine Randall out running down the field, right? Former player. Hank Fraley, you mentioned, former player. Charlie Williams on the defensive line. You hear his name come up so many times. Former players. Like, there's a reason that these guys are ready to play, like Kenny said. So if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say Manu will work out more than he won't.
Yeah.
Just because you haven't seen him. It's just about timing and being ready. Because one of the things, too, and I think, not to switch it back, but that's what you got to be thinking until you're told with the Red Wings is what they're doing. Why we don't see these young guys when it's as shitty as it is because they're not ready. And we trust Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and their coaching staff that they don't put their guys into bad positions unless they have to. Like, where is it on this team that guys get hung to dry? It's usually in the cornerbacks, right?
Right.
The cornerback position, and we're figuring out a way to plug and play that. So,
well, and that's just because AG's defense is man defense. You're putting the guy on an island, literally.
Exactly.
Like, hey, you got to go do your job. You're alone out here. It's a great comments in the Woodward Sports chat. Rando Smalls, Mahogany takes over at guard, then move Glasgow to our security blanket for the rest of the line. Steve Wilds follows that up with use Glasgow as a versatile backup next year only. But that's the thing. You're flexible. You can do these things, and they're built for success and long-term success because this is no longer a one-man show. And like you guys are saying, man, if they can cash in on Manu and he turns out to be Decker's replacement and you could just keep this thing going, like, because that's the one thing that can't fall apart with this legacy run that the Lions need to be on right now. You can't fall apart up front because then all the bells and whistles with the Jared Goffs and the Amon-Ra St. Brown and the Jamison Williams and the Jahmyr Gibbs, none of it matters because they don't have the time nor the holes to do what they can do with all their talent. So I'm sure Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they're well aware of this. That's how they built this team. So they're going to keep addressing this with more and more draft picks and keep bringing reinforcements.
Yeah, don't be surprised if this year's draft they go get another offensive lineman.
Would not shock me at all.
No. They definitely
in the
should.
first round.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, now, where they're picking, you're still going to be able to get the best offensive lineman at that position because while everybody's reaching for the quarterbacks, the fun picks,
the wide receivers,
running back, Gentry's going to go super high. So it's fallen out perfect for the Lions. They got all their toys in the early part of the draft, and now they're picking late round, and that's where you get your steals at the line position.
Yep, edge rusher and offensive line. Don't be surprised.
I haven't even looked at a mock draft for the Lions.
Oh, where the Lions are picking, there is a ripe prospect pool at the edge position and at offensive tackle. That's why I would not be surprised if they go to either of those places.
That's
the edge draft in
spots,
particular is so deep this year. They have 10 edge prospects that could be drafted in the first round.
Now, you want to get your edges right? There's only one place to go, and that's Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a $20 haircut special. Scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, hot towel treatment for one of the talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code. Get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Monday Night Football is happening, and the heavyweights are going to be downtown live for our pregame show at Second Best Bar. Make sure you head down there this Monday, hang out, have some Tullamore Dew, and hang out with the heavyweights as we watch the Lions get revenge for that NFC Championship game last week. Just pure revenge going down at Second Best. So make sure you head down there early, get a spot, belly up to the bar, and hang out with Spenny and the boys. Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule, who is in Hawaii doing Hawaiian things. Probably at a pig roast right now.
And a luau.
Hanging out with a girl with coconuts, dancing. I'm so jealous. I don't get jealous of many people, but Neil Rule, he's got that life. He built a nice little life for himself.
He works hard for it, but yeah.
Well,
hey, Spenny, by the way.
Screw the hard work. I just want what he has.
It's a grind for it.
I don't want to work for it. I just want what he has.
Hey, by the way, I'm going through the chat thread, and I see Jalen Green's name come up, which I haven't told him to F off lately. How's his season stat? Do people still say Jalen Green's better than Cade Cunningham?
No. He's a flashy scorer. That's it.
No,
I stood on that.
Yeah, no, he's not even close to as good as they're in different stratospheres.
Yeah, Alan W. is saying Jalen Green is shooting under 40% from the field and like 30% from three.
Yeah, technically he's shooting 40.5%. Really close.
Okay.
40.5% from the field, 31 from three, averaging 19 points. Just under 5 rebounds and 2.5 assists.
He's a highlight guy.
He's a solid NBA player.
He'll get you some highlights every now and again, but Cade Cunningham is the total package.
Cade Cunningham is a superstar in the NBA.
Yeah, a complete player.
He is not that.
Okay, thank you.
We saw yesterday just another game. Cade Cunningham taking the soul of one of these old heads. We saw him, hit a couple threes over Kevin Durant in Phoenix and win that game. A dagger sidestep three. And then we saw him in transition behind the back, finishing at the rim over LeBron to win in LA. Like, this man, I'm so happy for him because a lot of people talk shit about Cade Cunningham. A lot of people in this city talk down about Cade Cunningham. And he's the best basketball player the Detroit Pistons have had since Isaiah Thomas.
Was that
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Come on.
He is the best basketball player the Pistons have had since Isaiah Thomas.
I'm not mad at that. Just from a skill set standpoint.
Guys, what are we doing?
We're not saying he's Isaiah, but he's up there in terms of skill.
So you're discrediting everybody that won a championship in 2004.
No, I'm not discrediting them. I'm saying Cade is a more talented basketball player.
Yeah. What superstar did we have on that team?
Not better.
Yeah.
So
that team wasn't about superstars. That team was the best five alive.
Yes.
Can I ask you? Okay, you guys can argue about this after whatever like this, but my question is,
who on the 04 Pistons is better than Cade? In terms of just a pure basketball player.
Chauncey Billups.
No, he's not.
And I love Chauncey to death. No.
Finals MVP.
That's fine.
Yeah,
NBA Hall of Famer.
The accolades are awesome. We're talking about basketball
Led
skill
the team.
and talent.
We're talking about a pure basketball player.
Yes, I'm talking pure. Number 3 overall
Cade
pick.
Cunningham is a better defender.
You can't be.
I got a question. Because you just glazed over the fact that Cade just buzzer beat over Durant and buzzer beat over LeBron. Does that mean anything to you, or do you think Cade, was that not a statement, low key? Cade's the silent assassin sort of type, right? He's not going to come out and be the chirping one, but he's going to let his play speak for himself. Do you think that this was a statement made by him maybe early in his career?
Yes.
Out there to the fact of watch it from then, not only confident-wise, but the undertow? Does it have that gravity, Spenny?
Yeah, I don't want to do this because I love Chauncey Billups, but Cade Cunningham right now is averaging 9.7 assists. That is more than Chauncey Billups has ever averaged for the Pistons in his career. And he's averaging more points per game and more blocks per game and a better three-point shooting percentage.
They scored 70 points a game when Chauncey was here. You're not going to have that many assists.
Cade Cunningham is a better basketball player than Chauncey Billups.
He's a complete player.
And I love Chauncey Billups.
No, not even close.
Yeah, not even Chauncey is at the level of scorers.
Nobody trying to discredit Chauncey, but you got to look at what we're seeing right now.
You guys are prisoners of the moment, and I can accept that. I can accept that.
You got to accept what Cade Cunningham is. That's what you got to accept.
Yes.
You got to accept what you're seeing in front of you.
I'm seeing
that is the best basketball player in Detroit since Isaiah Thomas. He is.
Okay.
And D-Mac, you're right. I think there was some gravity behind what he's. It's him telling these guys, like, listen, I'm fucking here. I'm here.
And I know those are the old guard and whatever people say, but still, it's Kevin Durant and LeBron James. And if you want to go through this, you got to start somewhere, right? Like, you're going to be battling with the younger guys your whole career, but this is sort of, I just wonder if these sort of games and the way that they played out and the way that he's played is just making an announcement on a West Coast trip.
Yeah, it is.
And shout out DNC ENT in the chat. The only person since Isaiah that can be compared is Grant Hill and Blake Griffin's 1 year.
Yeah.
Cade has outlived both already. And
Okay. All right. Hey, you guys are prisoners of the moment, and I'll accept it. I'm not going to
prisoners
be
of
able
the
to talk
moment.
you
It's
off
basketball
this.
talent,
You guys,
bro.
hey, what? I'm giving it to you, Spenny. You guys can have this.
Yeah, but you're
one.
saying it facetiously and backhandedly.
I'm not saying it
Look at the way this man plays ball. Look at
gotta
how
be
he
the tone
affects the
chair.
game. He is a
Fucking
superstar
chair.
in the league,
It's that
man.
chair. Tone.
We agree
Great,
with
he's
you.
a superstar.
We agree that he doesn't have the accolades yet, but he is ultimately a better
Would
basketball
I
player
rather
than
have
those
the
people.
team that the Pistons had in 04? Yes, obviously. They're champions. But when you look at per capita, per player, Cade Cunningham would be the best player on the 04 Pistons.
Without a doubt.
Would Cade Cunningham?
It just shows me you guys
would
didn't
Cade
watch the
Cunningham-
I did watch the
What do you
this,
mean?
this
How old
shows
were you?
me you're
How
not
old were
watching
you?
Cade Cunningham.
How old
That's
were you?
what it shows me.
How old
I was
were you,
old enough to
Spenny?
understand
How old were
basketball.
you? How old were you when you were
I don't
watching
know.
the 04 Pistons?
Man, what?
Nine,
On
I
the
think.
13-inch TV VCR combo, I watched that
And here
championship.
goes
Don't play me
old
like
you
that.
will-
Not
Stick,
play
go
me
watch.
like
Go
that.
watch the Pistons play basketball. Go watch
I
Cade
watch
Cunningham
them.
play. Did you watch last night?
I did
you
not
watch
watch
against
last
the,
night.
Did you watch
I
against
was
the Phoenix
rapid
Suns?
presence.
Have you watched Cade Cunningham be
Yes.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week all week? You
That's
obviously
great.
haven't, man.
That's great.
It's-
But winning
stop
Eastern
disrespecting
Conference
the guy.
Player of the Week one time does not make you the best Piston since 1989.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
You act like we've had a lot since
Yeah,
then. We haven't.
what?
Besides 04, we haven't had shit.
04 was a team. They
I
were
mean,
the
if we're
best
just talking
five alive.
individual talent, the chat's already brought up Grant Hill. You could bring up Jerry Stackhouse. Like they
Jerry
all
Cade's
had
better
those
than
types.
both of them.
They all had those types of runs and those types of moments.
You know what I'll say about Cade? And because this is so apparent.
God,
He
Cade fans just
he
are-
makes everybody
He's a
around
kid.
You're
him
just
better.
hating on him, dude. You're hating on him.
It's
This
from
is,
annoying
this
to
is
the guy.
opposite golf. This is
Yeah.
like the oppo
Yes.
golf.
It's not the opposite of golf.
It's anti-golf.
What has Cade done?
No, I mean he's doing.
If you support Jared Goff so hard, you should support Cade the same.
I support Cade. I want Cade to be great, but I'm not going to sit here and throw out fucking 30 years of history because a guy has
What
a
history?
good
Yeah,
fucking
what are you
week.
talking about? A good week?
you're
He's having
talking
a good
about
fucking
90?
season, Stan.
I'm talking about his player of the week that you guys
Yeah,
are
that's
anointing
important.
and holding up like it's a fucking sign that he's
Nobody
the
even
best
brought
player
that
in
up.
30 years.
Please watch this man. Please watch this man
I
play
watched
basketball.
this. I've watched
you
it for
obviously
3
don't
years.
because you're not recognizing the greatness that's happening in front of you.
No, but he recognized Jaden Ivey's greatness,
Yeah,
though, which
yeah,
is
exactly.
crazy.
It's
Like,
ridiculous,
Cade is
man.
a complete player. From defensive, offensive, like what you name it, he's better in every statistical category than all those
You've
people that
always
you named.
hated on Cade since
I
he's
have
been
not
here.
hated on
and you
Cade.
Wanted, you
Why
wanted
you
to
hate
trade
Cade?
him. You wanted to build around Jaden Ivey and trade Cade Cunningham.
I
He
said
is
that's
by
a better
far and away
option.
the best
Yeah, you're
player
going
on
to
this
get
team,
more for
and
Cade
it isn't
Cunningham.
fucking close.
Like, why can't you guys accept that when I said trade him, it's because he is worth more?
Because it's a
Like-
ridiculous
like,
statement.
it's
Obviously,
not.
he's worth more, but you don't trade your best player,
The
man.
Pistons have done it twice in their history and gotten better both times. Don't tell me
and
they don't
he's
do
better
it.
than both of those guys. He's better
They
than Grant
traded
Hill.
Grant
He's
Hill.
better
They
than
traded
Stackhouse.
Jerry Stackhouse.
And Cade's better than both of them.
Learn from history, Spenny.
Learn from what you're seeing in front of you happen. Cade Cunningham is one of the best players in the NBA, and you should respect him for what he's doing for this team.
What are they doing? They've had 13 wins this year.
Yeah.
They had 15
and that's
wins
one less than
year.
last year already. Like, stop
not even
hating.
New Year.
You
Oh
are
man,
just
so I
hating.
should be loving 30 wins and a season and a half.
You should be appreciating the
fuck-
greatness
come
that's
on.
happening in front
Yeah,
of you.
but you praised Jaden Ivey's 1 year.
And see, now that
And
we're
he-
talking about how good Cade is, it comes back to, oh, but the team's not winning. Cade
Right.
Cunningham is a dog,
You
bro.
praised Jaden Ivey's 1 year where he put up 14 points in a bad field goal percentage.
You
Like, what
praised
are we
it.
talking about?
But he had a great
Cade
week.
has been putting up these
But he had
type
a
of
great
numbers
week,
since
A
he came
great
into
year,
the
Stick.
league.
A great year. Please show respect. Like, come on.
I am showing respect. What you guys are doing is showing disrespect
No, we are
to
not.
30 years of players.
Yo,
because you guys had a good
Stick,
week.
Realize what you're talking
It's a
about.
good year. Stop saying a good week. Look at his fucking stats.
You're the one who brought up his week.
That is an important week, but it's more than just that. So he's just played. So he's just been playing this week.
Stick your 30
you're
years.
just undermining everything he's done, and it's gross and disrespectful.
It
The
is.
kid is balling, dude.
All over the
He
court.
is balling, and that's great, but that doesn't make him the best player in 30 fucking years.
It does if you
Yes,
fucking
why can't
we
watch
just
the games.
agree on
If
that?
you watch the games and see how he plays and see what he does, you can't say he's not.
Stick, your 30 years is 1990, or 89, 90, and 2004. What is the other fucking years besides that? Bullshit. Like, you can't compare 30
What
years
has
to
Cade's fucking tenure been then? If we're gonna play this game, KG, I'll play your game. Okay,
He's improved
Grant Hill
every
did
single
bullshit,
year.
right?
He had one
No,
year of
I'm
injury.
playing your game now. I'm playing your game.
He's
if
improved
it's not a
every single year.
championship, it means it was a bullshit season, right? What is the worst fucking record in franchise history mean to you?
I understand
What
that,
does it mean
but
to you?
That's not his fault. He's had 3 different
So was it
fucking
Grant
coaches
Hill's fault
since
that he
then.
played in bullshit?
He had 3 different
Oh,
coaches
wait,
since
wait!
then.
I'm playing your game. I'm playing your game. Was it
but-
Grant Hill's fault?
But what you don't acknowledge is that every step Cade has gotten
And this
better.
is why you don't
No
want to
matter
apply
the
logic.
situation.
You don't want to apply it both ways. Only to benefit your boy, which is fine.
It's not,
I'm
Steve.
happy
It's
Cade's
not.
playing up to his #1 overall pick, what we all wanted him to be. I don't hate Cade, but I'm not going to fucking disrespect champions.
We're not disrespecting
Yes, you
them,
are.
No, we're not.
So is Matthew Dellavedova a better player than Donovan Mitchell in Kansas?
So this is what we're going to do now,
I mean, that's
Spenny?
what you're doing.
Is this what we're
but
going to do?
You got to apply
Okay.
logic both ways. You got to apply logic to both arguments. So
Was
if you win a championship,
Dellavedova
so
the number 1, 2, or 3 on that team?
no, yeah, he
Okay,
was
then
number
shut
2.
the fuck
He was
up.
number 2
All right.
when they lost in the finals.
Exactly.
He was the number 2
Get
on
the
that
hell
team.
out of here.
So,
See,
so
this is why you get petty.
So Charles
you don't want to
Barkley-
live in
so
reality.
Charles Barkley isn't a good player because he didn't win a championship. You got to
No
apply
one's
logic
saying
both
any
ways.
of that.
You got to apply the logic
he's
both ways.
And that's what I'm doing. He's the
How?
one saying Grant Hill can't be better than Cade because he plays
He's
for
not.
a bullshit
And you're the
team.
one
He's
saying
not.
that he is because or that Chauncey is because he won a championship. So
And he was a
championships
better
are the only
leader, and he
He's
was a
not a
better
better
scorer.
player
He was not a
He
better
was a better
scorer.
ball
We're
handler.
He was
talking
not a
about
better.
pure
He was not a better
basketball
scorer.
player.
He was not a better defender. He's not a better distributor. Like, what do you mean?
Then you didn't watch 04.
Then you're not
If you don't
watching
think
right
Chauncey
now. You're not watching
Billups
right
was
now.
a good distributor
I
and
didn't
a
say
better
he wasn't a good distributor. I said he wasn't a better
We done
distributor
had
than
all
Cade
these
Cunningham.
years of the Pistons. Who was the all-time leader in triple doubles?
Who cares? What did Russell Westbrook fucking led the league in triple doubles? What does that mean?
I'm just saying.
What does it
we've
mean?
never had that.
What do hollow stats
We've
mean?
never had
Tell
that.
me, Matthew Stafford.
Tell me a star that we've had on this Pistons team beside Isaiah Thomas in the last 30 years. That
I
was
just
a real
told you,
legitimate star.
dude. You could
Grant
argue
Hill was injury prone.
Sheed is a well-rounded player.
He's
Ben
not
Wallace.
Cade Cunningham.
Ben
He was-
Wallace won 4 defensive
He's
players of
not
the year,
Cade
plus a
Cunningham.
championship.
Rasheed Wallace was the most talented basketball player on that team, on the 04 Pistons. That is unwaxed by guys like Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan. So I love that team. Like I said, no one is saying we'd rather have what the Pistons are now than what the Pistons were in 04. But singularly, as a basketball player, as
Pure
a basketball talent,
player. Yes.
there are only 2 players since Isaiah Thomas that you could argue are better than Cade Cunningham, and that is Grant Hill, and that was Blake Griffin in that 1 year.
Okay. I
And
told
it's
you I
true.
gave you
That's
the
it.
argument,
That's
but you guys
all.
wanted to have it.
Just
You guys wanted to have it.
Merry Christmas.
But we went from nobody to now we got 2 in the
Yo, no,
conversation.
they're not
so
better,
we're
but they're
making
the only
progress.
2 you can argue.
We're making progress.
Dude,
we're making
God,
progress.
that's embarrassing, man.
Dude, you just listed Blake Griffin. Shut the fuck up.
Go watch Go watch what Blake
Griffin
Griffin
gave
did
us
for
his
this
best
team,
statistical
bro.
season.
Come on.
God.
That's it. What are you talking about?
I am talking about Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. This holiday season, get some of that aggression out and go hit the gym. 50 Metro Detroit locations, plus it makes a nice stocking stuffer. Buy the gift card, put it in the stocking, and tell your friends you may need to work out. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential.
What about jars, D-Mac?
Absolutely. All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations are right in Detroit, so there's always one nearby. If you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores coming your way. Make sure you get that DMAC pack today.
From
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
1800 Tequila, the official tequila of the watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports. They're also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest tasted tequila. And as always, please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Big D Energy Christmas Eve edition right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. Darren McCarty is here. KG is here. Spetty is here. And, of course, young Justin sitting in the chair. We're going to have Dr. Pierce coming in a minute. I'm going to talk to him. What you said, Alex Anzalone we want to bring up. And also Germ. Got to bring up Jalen Reeves-Maben, who started practice last week. Could be eligible this week. Dan Campbell this morning addressed it, said of those two, Germ's the guy that you could see on the field coming up on Monday Night Football. Spen, you want to put up a poll in the chat for our last conversation?
Of course.
Is Cade Cunningham the best Piston in the last 30 years? I think is that a fair way to word it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said since Isaiah Thomas.
I was just going to say, yeah.
But same thing.
That's fine. Same. So yeah, I want to see what the chat
conversation. Man.
I want to see what the chat says about that, because we just had the conversation. If you want to watch it, just press rewind.
I just think those championship teams are endeared to your heart, which I don't blame.
Which they should be.
They were great,
for sure.
But just from a pure basketball perspective, Cade is better. Than
obviously those are better teams.
Yeah,
nobody's saying they're not better teams.
Yeah. Well, the best running back to ever wear a Lions uniform, Jahmyr Gibbs. Top 3 running back in the league. Right?
Can you just cut that right now?
Right.
Cut and post.
Hey, listen, Barry never won shit.
I mean, no, it's okay.
If you look at the stats this year, Barry didn't have receiving yards like Gibbs. Barry didn't have usage like Gibbs. See, we can do this with lots of guys. But no, for real, Jahmyr Gibbs,
we love you,
breakout game last game because got the bulk of the carries, and that was something we talked about. Losing David Montgomery is a bad thing. Getting double Jahmyr Gibbs is a good thing. Not that saying you want to go without David Montgomery, but if you have to, you're lucky you have a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs to fall back on. And the Lions showed that when he is your top usage guy, he went over 100 yards rushing. I believe had, 40, 50 yards receiving. Was making great plays. I watched the game again yesterday. A couple of those where he went backwards to gain yards on little short passes. Just a miraculous game from this young man. We saw it last year against Las Vegas when David Montgomery was out. It was kind of his coming out party. This pretty much identical stats to what happened last year when it was just Jahmyr Gibbs, all the time. D-Mac, you comfortable with us calling him a top 3 back in the league?
Yeah, I think he continues to prove. I said this last week that when you have arguably we had the best 2 running backs in the league, the way that they were used, I thought that coming down to this point in the season, Jahmyr Gibbs would be fresher than he has been, especially in the past. Fresher, more confident. What you're seeing more of a veteran guy using his skill set because what you love is the threat to go out in the passing game and to hit that short pass, getting him in space. But also, too, you look at, there's no word of a doubt that they weren't going to go 4 times down at the 1 or inside the 1 with Russian. And I think that he learned from shuffling his feet that when he puts his head down, he runs, just as hard. I think that's one of the things with Jahmyr Gibbs is he's got to stay healthy, but the way that he runs, right, and the way that these guys block, especially downfield, and especially, like you mentioned it earlier, it all starts with that offensive line because it's not only giving Jared Goff pressure, but opening holes and blocking downfield for their guys to make plays. So if they can continue to do that, and what I like too, more times in that Chicago game, did you see the secondary making tackles on him, right? Which means you're getting into that second level. So, yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, he's got to stay healthy. He's arguably the second most important guy behind Goff, to that offense right now. Because
especially without,
and you see the comfortability that Ben Johnson has in using them, even to the, you talk about there's always something new, trick play, the fake fumble and stuff like that. Guys are like, everybody's on the same page. So yes, I'm comfortable with it because that's what you're going to have. He's going to have to be a top 3 back in this league to win you the Super Bowl.
Staying healthy, one thing I noticed yesterday when I was rewatching the game is he gets out of bounds a lot. He does not take a lot of hits. Like, he angles towards the sideline, gets the first down right past the first down marker, and will dart out of bounds. He did it at least 3 or 4 times, which is great. That's what you want to see.
Sonic and Knuckles is Knuckles will turn that back inside.
He
some of us
seek
contact, right? But he's smarter because he's more like Amon-Ra.
Exactly, 100%.
Right? As the receiver. So that's your, he's your Amon-Ra in the backfield. Those are the 2 guys I think that everything keys around.
That spin move, Spenny. I know that picture of you and Easy. Giving your O face when you saw that spin move.
Yeah, it was nasty. I mean, he is the most elusive running back in the NFL, and like you saw that. I believe, who was it? Kyle Gordon, I think, or Kyler Gordon, or whatever his name is. I'm sorry, Bears suck. Fuck the Bears.
Commissioner Gordon,
yeah. He had him dead to rights in the backfield. Like, he was there, and then just an absolute beauty of a circle button by Jahmyr Gibbs. Breaks it outside, beats everybody to the edge, and gains some yards on it. It's impressive.
That was hammering that circle.
KG, what'd you think?
No, Gibbs is amazing, man. His ability to find running lanes, it don't matter if it's on the inside or the outside. Like, the patience in which he runs with now that he's gotten better and better with each game. And just this man, when he decides to turn it on, like when he flips that switch, he's arguably the fastest player in the NFL. Like, you just cannot catch this man. So,
and his end zone dances.
No,
come on,
absolutely great, man. This whole team, they end zone dances is great. But no, Jahmyr Gibbs, he's Alvin Kamara like 2.0, maybe even 3.0, with his ability to run out of the backfield and catch passes, man.
Do you think he's enough as a single leading back to be that guy to take your team to a Super Bowl, Justin?
Yes. I have firm confidence in Jahmyr Gibbs, and I think he's only going to get better as being that lead back, because you did see him hesitate in the hole on that second and goal carry, and he ended up getting stuffed at the line. And I think he's only going to get better with knowing that he's just got to run hard through those holes, get the coaching from Monty, because Monty's in his ear helping him out. And I think you're just going to see Jahmyr Gibbs continue to just level himself up and just live up to that supersonic that we have dubbed him.
Yeah.
I think that's a great point. Like, I don't think he's hit his ceiling yet.
That's what,
you know what I'm
I was
saying?
thinking about it on my ride in today.
And what I like also too are the little things, the blitz packet, pickups that he has to do.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
he can block.
And you know what? When you got to throw in Craig Reynolds or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's enough of a little twist here and there, but moving forward, you're not going to get. I mean, maybe you'll get Montgomery back, but you're planning on this is your guy.
It kind of reminds me, and I know this is weird, but I was watching Remember the Titans the other night in the middle of the night. Just wanted to throw something on that was brainless, but enjoyable. But when the quarterback Red gets hurt and Sunshine comes in and starts getting full reps, that's kind of how I feel about Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Like, you want Monty as your quarterback, or as your lead running back. But if he goes down and this new guy that offers a little bit more speed, a little bit more skill set comes in, it can energize a team. And not like, I hate talking so positively about pushing Jahmyr Gibbs to be the lead back, because it does sound like you're almost bashing Monty, and I don't ever want to come across that way.
Yeah, trust me, I'm
But
leading
Jahmyr
that charge.
Gibbs full-time is a shot of energy and a shot of speed to this offense at all times now. And it's a different element that defense have to deal with every time he's on the field, which is more often now than not. I'm not saying it was a good thing. I'm just saying they're turning a bad thing into a major positive.
Well, that's what good teams do.
Yeah.
That's what good teams do with the guys available. So, the only the one thing is that other teams game plan. They only have to really game plan for one running back instead of two.
Right.
But I also think that because of where this injury happened and how Jahmyr Gibbs has been used all year, that he's as fresh as you can expect him to be coming in the most valuable games of the season.
Man, and it feels like the Lions are on an uptrend right now. Now, granted, Chicago was that get-right game, but with injuries, with how they're figuring things out, players coming back, there wasn't the blue tent up in the last game, which just feels better going into this next week. So I feel like the Lions are trending up at the right time, as opposed to 3-4 weeks ago when it appeared like, oh God, the wheels are coming off this thing and people were starting to pull back on what they believe this team can do. I think the Chicago game really cemented home that, hey, they're still legit and Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, I didn't think that they weren't. And you have to give them the benefit of the doubt because haven't they earned that?
I hate Easy so much.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Easy bringing up that.
Wow, Sticks a Monty hater.
Monty hater, the Cade hater.
Yeah,
I mean, he's on one today.
Sticks the heel. Christmas heel.
You got Darth Vader on your Christmas
That is
sweater.
true.
Right.
You'll fuck your heel.
That's a dope sweater.
Thank you. It used to light up.
Choosing violence before you
doesn't light up
got
anymore.
Here.
I'm just speaking facts, and a lot of people don't like that on Christmas. They want the fluff. They want to play make-believe. And we can do that for you guys. We can do that for you, KG. We can play make-believe.
Wait a second.
You want to play facts? Look at the stats.
You want to go.
Stats don't lie.
Listen.
Stats don't lie. New Holland Brewery is the best. Is that where we're going, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. The stats don't lie. Taller. Neil Rule puts them down like it's water in the desert. That's how good this stuff is. That grapefruit puree. You go get it right now. New Holland. Bring it over for the holidays. Spread the cheer. Spread the love to your family. Get your drunk uncle even drunker with Taller.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month. Or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
Welcome back to Big D Energy Christmas Eve edition right here on Woodward Sports. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Justin, and of course Spenny. And before we went to break, Spenny, you said stats don't lie, correct? Mm-hmm. Checking the poll, is Cade Cunningham the best Piston in the last 30 years? The stats are telling me that more people agree with me than you.
Yeah, that's true.
So stats don't lie.
That's true.
All right. Well, good.
More people do agree with you.
The stats would also tell you that most of the people in this chat said they don't watch the NBA a lick. So
People that
So now we're discrediting the chat. Okay.
people that
So now stats don't matter.
I am discrediting
Now
the
stats
chat.
don't matter.
People that openly say they don't watch the Pistons or the NBA have no say.
Yeah.
This is a democratic country, Spency.
No,
that's fine.
I'm
sorry.
Damn it.
Fancy.
We've held a polls to see who watches
I'm
the
sorry,
NBA.
this is a
and
popular vote,
at
and you
70%
guys
of it.
lost. I'm sorry. Those are the stats, and those
Yeah.
are what we're going off of, because I was told that stats don't lie.
Hillary won the popular vote. That didn't make her the president.
You're damn right it didn't. Thank God.
I'm just saying. that popular vote shit
Damn
don't
right,
mean
sit your ass on the
nothing.
bench, bitch. All right, well, happy Christmas Eve to you. Terrion Arnold, Amik Robertson, our boy Vildor. Mm-hmm. Can they get it done throughout the rest of this run on the outside? Because
They got
not
to.
going to be a lot more help coming. I mean, you did get Iffy back last week, which helped. I thought Iffy played a pretty damn good game. You're going to get Mabin back. Could play some defensive back, right? Could help you out in that realm, but that's not really his strong suit, but could help you out there. You guys think this defensive backfield is enough to get the Lions to where they need to be, to the Super Bowl and beyond, D-Mac?
You know what? We definitely have the safeties that play at a top level and stuff like this. I mean that is the question, right? You're gonna need. You saw some great play by Terry and Arnold, and then you also saw him get burnt. So I'm not worried about getting burnt because as much it's a bend but don't break defense. I like our secondary, but again, with their corners injured, it's still questionable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm. Excuse me. I won't say I'm comfortable because obviously you want Carlton Davis out there, but with Brian Branch and Ife Melifonwu and the rotation that you can have at that nickel spot, especially, excuse me, with Mosley possibly coming back and Ennis Rakestraw possibly coming back, who are guys that were in contention for that nickel spot out of camp. Having Amik Robertson and Terrion Arnold on the outside is comfortable for me. I'm comfortable with that because of what you have in the back end with Brian Branch and Kirby Josephs, because you got Ife Melifonwu in there being your Swiss Army knife. I would be comfortable with Terrion and Amik as your outside guys.
I think that's the big thing, right? What we saw is they moved Amik out.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of putting Vildor
And man,
in
he
there
made some
or whatever
good
like
edge
this.
tackles.
Yes, he did.
And no, but to your point, I am more comfortable than I was to say, okay, we got something here, because the strength of our cornerback play is our safeties.
Yeah.
Is it not the support and our nickel? And you mentioned that, Spenny. You stand on brand on this as far as how valuable, because of everything you can do, that we haven't seen Iffy as much, but if he gets up to speed and gets dialed in, I mean, that's only going to improve you.
Yeah, and Amik has always been good at playing on the outside. Even with the Raiders, he would do that a lot. It's just we haven't needed him to do that as a Detroit Lion. But the fact that he can do that and go out there and play that way, although the size, can present problems depending on the matchup, his ability to do that is pretty great. And when you look at just having Iffy back is such a versatile weapon, because not only can he blitz very good, but he's solid in coverage, which makes Brian Branch able to move around. You can put him in that slot corner or that nickel position. You can put him on the outside if you wanted to. Also, Emmanuel Mosley, that's another person.
Yeah, Mosley back.
He can play on the outside. I don't know how many snaps you want to play him out there just based off his injury history, but they have as much versatility as they can have at this point in the season. You just got to hope they go out there and perform. They have to be enough. So
I got two words that make me feel comfortable about this secondary. Cam Sutton.
there you go.
It's all you need to know.
See, we
they
agree
made
on
it to the
stuff.
NFC Championship game last year. Damn near had the thing locked up. Obviously, it slipped away. But if I'm looking at this defensive backfield compared to last year's defensive backfield, I like this one a lot better. And I feel that it can take us a lot farther than the guys last year ever could have taken this team. I mean, they were historically bad last year. And now I'm just talking cornerback position. I'm not talking the growth and the evolution now with Kirby and Brian Branch behind these guys too. But you add those things together, I think 100%. A rookie cornerback and Terrion Arnold being your number one cornerback is enough to get you to a Super Bowl and win you a Super Bowl with the way that these guys play. And I thought Terrion played a decent game last game.
Thought he played a really good game.
I mean,
considering I do understand, and I took heat for it because I said he played a great game. I do understand he gave up, the passes to Keenan Allen, but ultimately, one, that could have been a miscommunication, and two, if you just look at what he did in the red zone as well, man, like it's hard to keep teams to under 20 points a game. And Terrion being that cover corner in man coverage, being essentially on the island, sometimes you're going to get beat, but I would say probably 85 to 90% of the time, he's with the receiver.
Well, and he started to turn around.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing. He's always been with the receiver.
Thank you.
Now he's starting to play the ball. Like, turning around, ripping that shit down.
No, that was a big problem with him coming out of college. In the SEC, it's easier to play that receiver and not get caught for it when you're playing on an Alabama-type team. Now that he's, like you said, starting to look for the ball and playing the ball more, you're seeing a better Terrion Arnold with less flags.
Well, let's be honest. Like, one of the hardest positions to transition in the NFL is cornerback.
Yeah,
like
it's the toughest turnaround.
You go from being in man coverage against a kid that's 17 years old who may be an All-American wide receiver lining up across from you to go in Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, like, and the list just keeps going on and on. Chase, you gotta guard all these guys that are all world at their position, and even the bad number ones in the NFL are elite. Like Devontae Adams isn't a great number one anymore.
Even Keenan Allen, he was a number one at one point. He's craftier. He beat Terrion Arnold on some plays. It just is what it is.
But there was also reps where Terrion Arnold had some great coverage, specifically on DJ Moore. There was two fades in the end zone where Terrion was so sticky. Yeah, he got his head around as well, which is so huge. And you can just, the biggest thing, you can see the growth every single week. It looks like Terrion Arnold is becoming a better corner.
I was told he's Jeff Okudah. Shout out my boy Weezy D313 in the chat.
Speaking of that, though, like look at all the guys that we've talked about on different things. Like we started with Mahogany, and then the Gibbs, and now young guys, coachable, teachable, learning, not making the same mistakes, getting better. We're talking about, arguably when the eyeball test. Mm-hmm. You saw Terrion Arnold out there locking up number one. He looked the part. Right now, like you said, the rules are set up in the NFL for the offense.
Yep.
So the fact is, it's a bend but don't break. And Jesus, you brought up a great point. What has this backbone sort of been to this team is red zone defense, touchdown defense, one of the better ones in the league. If he's getting his head around and sticking to him, because that's like you nailed it. He's speed-wise, coverage-wise, he's been there all year. He just hasn't played within the NFL rules. Now it seems like, and as you go along, hopefully that when it matters the most, like in week 18, and he's covering Justin Jefferson, that he will have his head turned around and they won't give the call. So that's what I'm saying too, because that's what you want your number one or number two to develop into, to get the respect from the referees, to at least, give them the 50-50 when they deserve it.
And I think they got enough to get it done. And AG's shown that he's coached these guys up. And I'm ready for this playoff run, man. I'm ready for this playoff. As a bar owner, I have some different views on how things could ideally play out. But as a Lions fan, I just want them to win out.
Okay, so speak of that, right? Like as a fan, you know what? We're about winning and whatever like that.
Yeah,
what's the perfect scenario for the bar owner?
Oh, the perfect scenario for the bar owner is Week 18 against the Vikings being almost like a championship game.
Right, and then they win, and then
No, they lose.
They lose.
Oh, the bar owner.
Because then you don't get the bye week.
Oh, the bar owner.
The bar owner.
Fuck the bar owner.
Yeah, that's why I don't. I'm not even acknowledging that side of myself this week. But no, that's the ideal. They play the next 7 weeks in a row, right?
Yeah,
with the only bye week coming on the Pro Bowl. But the fan in me, no, I want that first round bye. I want this team rested. I want them to get to the Super Bowl. So we'll sacrifice a week, D-Man. I'm willing to do that.
Make up for it on New Year.
You know what I'm willing to do for this team?
Make up for it on New Year, all right?
I'm willing to sacrifice an entire week for this team. Coming up, RIP Tuesday. So make sure you get those in the chat. We'll read some of them for you right here on Woodward Sports. But first, let me tell you about that pregame show. It's going down this week with Spenny. And of course, Easy. They will be downtown at Second Best for the biggest pregame show in the city. Make sure you're down there before the Monday Night Football game going on at 42 Watson Street in Detroit. And if you want, make sure you wake up early on that Monday and catch our boy Broder and Terry Foster. They will be on 7 to 8 that day because, of course, Wake Up Woodward will be on that day. But it's all brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew, and, of course, New Holland Brewing.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Their wings are out, so make sure you get them while you can. 7 different flavors for you to choose from. All of them are delicious. The spicy garlic is personally my favorite, but you can try them all for yourself and choose your own favorite. Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Find one near you at Sorokis.com.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at easy.
Oh, I'm laughing about Matt LaFleur last night. Did you see him when the wave was going on? Have you seen that video, Spenny?
No.
He's looking around like, what the fuck, guys? We're on offense.
What they were doing away?
Yeah, the Packers fan. Look at his face. Look at his dumb face. Like, what the fuck is going on, guys? And I'm told Packers know football.
Yeah.
I thought everybody knew you shut the hell up when your team's on offense.
Supposed to.
And on top of that, I hate the wave. And the only thing worse than the wave is the drunk idiot trying to start the wave all game.
Yeah, that's definitely the worst part.
You guys ready? Nobody stands up. All right, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's definitely the worst part. You hate the wave, though?
Yeah, I hate the wave. I
don't mind it.
Watch
I don't
the
mind
fucking
it. It reminds
game.
me of Tiger Stadium.
I don't mind the wave.
You used to have that whipping around.
The only wave
more
I thought
annoying
was cool,
shit.
I think it was Stanford. They had the bottom going one way and the top going the other way.
That's
I was like,
cool.
these smart kids. Like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, now that's a wave.
Nerds.
Yeah, bunch of fucking geeks. Rest in peace. You guys ready to do it?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Who starts this off?
I'll go first. Rest in peace to all you motherfuckers that are talking shit about Cade Cunningham.
Goddamn right.
Rest in peace to you bitch
Goddamn
asses.
right.
Cade Cunningham is amazing, man. Please do yourself a favor and watch this man play basketball. He's playing on a different level. He's playing in the upper echelon of the NBA when it comes to talent, defending, distributing, rebounding, scoring, getting to the hole, hitting threes, step backs, crossovers, whatever you need, this guy's got, man. He is truly a complete basketball player. It's amazing to watch him go out there and do this every single night in and night out. He is obviously an all-star. He is going to be fighting for all NBA this year. Cade Cunningham, man, hats off to you, bro. You took a lot of slander in this city undeservedly. This man is a fucking stud. Like, this man is an absolute stud. And when you look at, like, best players in this city, and you talk about, obviously, there's a litany of Lions players that you can put on there, but then you talk about Tariq Skubal and Riley Green, and you got to put Cade Cunningham in that conversation as well, because this guy is just absolutely lights out, man. All he's been doing for this team, they're winning. He loves playing basketball in Detroit now. Everybody's happy. And shout out to Malik Beasley, too, because he is one of the best free agent signings in Tom Gores' 10 years.
The best in 30 years.
He's one of the best free agent signings in 30 years in the Pistons.
Might be the best shooter in 30 years for the Pistons.
He is already, yeah.
Like,
but
come on, man.
shout out to Cade, and RIP to all the haters out there.
Damn, Stick. Stick's still alive though. He's kicking.
Still breathing.
Right.
That's all you got. I'm not a Cade hater. You guys are just so sensitive over your mans. All right, go ahead, KG. R.I.P.
So are you about Ivy? Don't do that. But rest in peace. And listen, I put this girl on notice last week.
Oh
shit.
But now she got to go in the coffin, dog. Rest in peace to Travis Hunter's girlfriend.
Oh,
come on, girl.
Sure.
What are you doing? What, you had the video come out, you twerking on guys, man. You made all this fuss, and you got this kind of dirt out on the internet. Listen, Travis Hunter, do yourself a favor, bro. It is not trending in the right direction. Cut your losses, man. Cut your losses. Or at least get her to, not charm school, but, the wives of future athletes. She need to take classes, bro. Like, Brittany Renner, where you at? You need to educate this girl on how to handle herself in public when you have a soon-to-be first-round draft pick of a boyfriend that is going to give you the bag. So, you gonna fuck up your money. It's unfortunate, but, hey, it is what it is.
I like that.
I hate, wasn't she pissed at him because, she said he was looking at some cheerleader or something? Now she's twerking all over some dude.
I think he had
the
scored
goddamn double standards. Come on.
Can we address two things? One, if a girl's that jealous of you just looking at a girl, she's a hoe.
Yep.
And then two,
which
you
one?
cannot, you will not, you shall not make a hoe a housewife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that, you cannot. It's been said. It's been stated. I think we've all. There's a whole song about it.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Dre tried to. Hitman. Tried to warn you.
Yep.
You
Even
cannot.
Lil Wayne years later.
Yeah, and then Kid Leroy a couple years later. You cannot make a hoe a housewife, kids. I will preach this. I lived it. It happened to me. You can't do it.
She did all that just for that video to come out of her being like, did you see the video? She was wild
Double
at that party.
cheeked up in a music video, bro.
He was wildin', dog.
I love Travis Hunter, dude. I love him. He's such a talented player and seems like a great kid. And just him talking about, I used to drive her to parties and sit outside. I was like, no.
She hammed him out. This man is going to provide you the bag and you hamming him out at parties.
Yeah.
What type of shit
Hey,
is
at what
that?
point do we blame his ass, though?
Oh, it's his fault.
No, it's
Like, if you're willing to simp like that, then
It's not her fault. She's doing what she is. She is.
She
who
putting
is.
it on you.
She's trying. She must have that. She must be able to suck the
chrome off a
yeah,
Finish that.
a softball through a garden hose. But like
You went old school.
Travis, you got to cut her off,
skin off that
bro.
one.
You got to cut her off.
She said she was going to suck it from the
That's
back.
what
I'm trying to see what that's like.
I'm trying to see what that's like.
pull the bed sheet from your booty.
Shout out Easy,
What?
No, she gotta go.
Oh, okay.
When he told that dude, your wife sucked my dick from the back.
Yeah.
Legendary moment.
Oh, shit.
Darren McCarty, R.I.P.
Well, you know what? There's something, and I'm going to change speeds a little bit, and this will be a conversation for Thursday. But I got a really bad feeling about not our team, but about these NFL games on Christmas Day. And because you got Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Houston, you got playoff Baltimore, playoff teams, I predict, right, the rest in peace, somebody's going somebody's going to lose somebody very important in one of those games.
I like that.
Yes. And his name might be P8, PM 15, Flannel.
Oh, God. Damn. Flannel's punching air right now in the back.
I'm just saying, it doesn't say, somebody's going to lose something. That's just the one that's been sitting since I've been looking at that schedule. Just Pittsburgh playing, the Philly game, playing the tough games and stuff like this. Like it might be a TJ Watt thing, but somebody's gonna suffer something. And I think Houston suffered theirs last week when Dell went down, right? Which is another conversation for the future, right? We touched on here before, but turf. But I think that's my prediction.
I like it. Something big's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna lose somebody big.
D-Mac's feeling it.
Yeah.
Man.
And if you look at those teams, those are probably one of our AFC. Could be. So it could benefit Something for us. Anyways, that's where I'm going. What do you got?
All right, my RIP goes out to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Damn.
RIP. You had that number one seed in sight. It was right there. It was like the dollar on that.
It was never.
gotta be quicker than that.
never.
You
in
gotta
sight.
Be quicker than that, Kenny Pickett.
I got it. Got your dollar.
Whew, man. Eagles fans started to pop up a little bit on social media. Started to be chirping a little bit.
It's time for the.
Then what
implosion.
happened? How was the post game the other day?
Post-game show was good. Anson was on his behavior. Anson almost was going to be part of my RIP if I wanted to be petty. Should I do it, Spenny?
Yeah.
Do it.
RIP to Anson's fantasy season.
What happened? Did he have Cooper Kupp that didn't get any points?
Spenny was there. He was taunting me on Sunday.
He was.
He was taunting me.
Was he playing you?
No, he beat him last week.
He knocked me out the week before.
Damn.
And then he came in and he's talking all this shit. And last night, Anson needed 4 more points in the second half with Josh Jacobs going. Who had a great.
That's crazy.
And what happens? Josh Jacobs
34
gets a little
to 0.
stinger in his
Yep.
shoulder. Matt LaFleur decides to rest Josh Jacobs the rest of the game, and Anson loses by 4 points.
R.I.P. Anson.
Are
Damn.
you sending us?
Rest in peace, Anson. Couldn't have happened to a better friend.
Jesus.
You know what? What do I always say, Spenny? Karma is undefeated.
Dude, Anson was like, "Oh, I need advice from you this week because I'm playing still."
That's an Anson comment too. That's some shit he would say.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Anson season.
Is
You're
it-
now in the draft with the rest of us.
Damn.
All that for just one extra win.
are the leagues over?
Yeah, my
trending
fantasy,
there.
our Woo Crew fantasy league is damn near over. I got screwed because of the Jalen Hurts injury. He went out, and that's my season right there.
Yeah, he put up like 4 points.
Our championship for my big money league. My championship is this week. I'm in it. I scored 230 points. Even though Josh Allen only gave me 13, still put up 230 in
That's
the semifinals.
Nice.
And yeah,
What'd you have, Jonathan Taylor?
Taylor, Justin Jefferson,
Yeah,
and
there it
Chuba
is.
Hubbard all went for 35.
There it is. Yep.
Hey, mustache. Fuck you, buddy. I'm coming for that ass, boy.
How'd you do in your fantasy? Let us know in the chat. Normally, I don't care about other people's fantasy,
Right,
but now
I'm
that
like,
now that
Mr.
we're getting to the
Anti-fantasy.
end, but now that we're getting to the end, and it's like you're either in the championship or not, I care.
I
But I
need it.
really don't care about your free agent pickup week 3. I don't.
I need it. I lost in the championship last year. I lost in the semifinals the year before that. I'm a founding member of this league. We've been doing it for like 10 plus years. This would be my first championship in this league. I fucking need it. I need it. It's all my boys too.
Yep.
So like,
Yep. We got the Hollywood Huddle trophy that gets passed around.
Yeah, we got a championship belt. And
I always wanted a belt.
loser is a giant skinny dick trophy with huge balls.
Jesus.
And I already won first place. I won most points scored, and now I just needed to win this week to sweep the
Oh,
league.
little Tarek Scubo Triple Crown action,
Yep.
Spenny.
Yeah.
Wear your Scubo
Look at how
jersey.
proud Spenny looks
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
I just need to win this week. If I win this week, I don't give a fuck about regular season or most points scored. I just need to win this week.
Who you going against?
My boy Mustache.
Well, who's his quarterback? And who's his stunt?
I don't even know.
I don't even know. It
Does he
doesn't,
have
and
studs?
that's a championship mentality. It doesn't matter.
He
who
doesn't
he
care
has.
who we're
I gotta
playing.
take care of business with my
Yeah, I
guys.
just need my guys to,
Yep.
I need Josh Allen to shake off that little hand injury, go out there, put 50 up on for me. So
Well, if you need 5,000, you know who can put that up for you?
Mark White, obviously, when you're looking to buy or sell your home, he should be your first choice because he can save you up to $5,000 to your closing costs. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White should be your first choice if you're looking to buy or sell your home. D-Mac, what about Salvation Army?
Absolutely. When you give to the Salvation Army, your donation makes it possible to serve our community's most vulnerable 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's 2024 Red Kettle Christmas campaign fundraising goal is $7 million. Your contributions will help provide love beyond Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and compassion. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to donate.sagreatlakes.org to donate.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you and the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Dealer, divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you in KDK. They'll pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Dr. Pierce going to be rumbling into the studio momentarily. Rando Smalls in the chat. We're real men. Fuck fantasy. Play Madden tournaments once a month with a monthly trophy and the end of the year big trophy.
Madden sucks.
Oh, I love Madden.
Madden sucks.
I love Madden. We should do that around here.
Yeah, I like Madden this year. It's solid this year. It's not the best, but it's solid.
What don't you like about them? Like, what football game's better than Madden?
None of them. There isn't any football games other than
You're
Madden.
right.
Right.
They are the monopoly, but
they're damn good. Like
I wouldn't say damn
like,
good.
But when other football games used to be like NFL Blitz and stuff,
All right,
like
so
they were never as good as Madden.
Over the last 6 to 7 years, there's been a stretch of Madden where they're literally producing the same product.
Yeah, they just
and
reskin
it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do, though?
I mean,
like, how do you
make things
reinvent
better,
Madden every year?
Make the physics better, make the catching elements better.
They do that.
That's the reason Madden sucks now is because there's no competition, so they can just put out a garbage product and people are going to buy it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I guess to me it's just a tweakable thing. Like, there's no overhaul that's going to make Madden infinitely better.
Yeah.
Like, they put in the Saquon Barkley jump backwards thing.
Yeah. They finally started. At first, they wasn't even doing stuff like that. Like, they finally started updating the game more and giving people more of what they want.
No, I haven't seen her.
Well, they're so important. Madden's so important that GMs are evaluating Madden talent.
That's crazy.
Maz's boy. Shout out Maz's boy.
Willie Johnson, boy.
Can you imagine? You imagine if you heard that out of Brad Holmes?
I would, dude. I would.
Well, he shot down a trade because he's only a 79. He's got to be at least an 81. Well, play a season and get his stats up.
I would have accepted any other excuse but the Madden rating. Seriously, like. If you just don't like the guy, I could accept that. Like,
part of me loves it, though. Honestly,
wild.
like that some old rich white dude sitting around playing Madden, being like, "All right, that's not my guy. I don't want him in the game. I don't want him in real life."
They had literally had a 30-minute board meeting. He just walks in like, "What's his Madden rating?"
I'm like, I don't know about this guy.
Right. But can we be honest? That's probably like a Chad thing, right?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
We come in with all the, hey, he runs a 4.40, he's great in coverage. What's his Madden rating?
How many followers does he have? For sure.
I can totally see that
That's
happening.
hilarious, bro.
The man, the myth, the legend is in the house. 100 rating on Madden. He's the doctor in Madden. His name is Dr. Pierce. Welcome, Doc. Thanks for coming in on a Christmas Eve.
How are we doing?
I'm doing well. How's things with you?
Things are pretty good. End the year quietly. The office is quiet, which I'm not happy about, but my staff is happy. So,
can I still get an MRI before the end of the year? I want to squeeze it in on my insurance.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right,
usually that's what goes on when I'm working full time.
What are you laughing at?
Just
man?
for fun? Like you don't need one?
No, I need one.
Oh, okay.
And I skipped I was supposed to get one, but I skipped it like.
Well, MRI Southfield will do it for you.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Shout out MRI Southfield.
Yeah, there you go. No, they'll get you in.
Because I looked it up. You take my insurance, which is nice.
Good.
Thank you, Doc.
Either way, we would have helped you. You're part of the family.
Yeah.
I stopped looking at insurances. So this is an idea that I want to throw out there to you guys is that I'm on the back end of my career. I feel like I'm pretty good at what I do, and the insurances are getting more and more difficult, and they refuse a lot of payments. So I'm thinking about just having a free clinic for young athletes that are not getting proper care because of their struggles with insurance, and they're going to the wrong doctors. So something for 2025, maybe Woodward Sports.
Well, I'd love to help you with that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because I've had so many young athletes that, like, we get a call from a coach or a friend of a friend, hey, this kid's a great athlete and his insurance isn't up to snuff and he's just getting kind of pushed around and nobody's really taking care of him. And to be honest, where I'm at in my career, that's more rewarding than fighting with these insurance, which is awful. It's just we're going to talk about Lions, but I'm going to go off on this for a minute. But, like, you know, I have a friend who's, you know, they fly overseas and stuff like that to help out third world countries and stuff. But, you know, there's a lot of hurt right here in our backyard that I think we can make a difference, awareness
Absolutely.
and difference, and, you know, and even maybe get a GoFundMe account for some of these guys that are more than just you know, a diagnosis.
No, man.
Type of thing.
Listen, I pretty much went my whole life without insurance, you know, trying and never being able to see a doctor and stuff like that. So to open it up with these kids that are still struggling with the insurance they have or don't even have insurance at the young age and are in high school and have these injuries. I know Spenny's got a bit messed up back from his sports playing. I'm sure KG's got some injuries, so this would help a ton.
I think the huge too, Doc, and you know this from personal experience with my son, it's concussions. With to at least get the kids on the right path, no matter what injuries. So we'll definitely talk about that. But what about these lines? We're getting guys back.
Another charity case that needs to be handled. I mean, there's some bright spots coming. You know, I think that's what they're doing with, you know, they're prepping it. It's like it's a story. You know, the 21-day return and things like that. We're seeing. You know, Alex is big on there that, you know, he looks like he's going to be coming back in the next couple of weeks, that he's feeling like he's getting his foot speed back. You know, just making adjustments, how to grab with that left hand is going to be key for him. And, you know, in game time situations, but his adrenaline, once he gets past that, hey, it doesn't hurt so bad. I mean, you know it. You get on the ice, you're like, oh, schnuckers for 15, 30 seconds.
Word for word what he used to say.
And, you know,
I don't know if I've ever used the word snuckers.
That was my Christmas word.
That was a family show, Doc. But Alex Anzalone, that's who we're talking about. He got injured week 11. It's a 6 to 8 weeks for recovery to a broken forearm that he has. We're right in that window. They opened his return to practice. And with a break, it's different than a ligament, right? Like a bone is either healed or not healed. There is no intermediate.
Well, there is. There's strength of bone, right? There's healing of bone where we see it on X-ray. There's a connection. The bones, you know, fusing together, healing together. You look at alignment. You look at all that. And then there's strength of bone, which will continue. You know, we always talk about a 6-month period. Obviously, this isn't 6 months, it's 6 weeks, but he can continue to improve. And there's stuff we can pad around it, we can cast it, we can do things to protect it. You know, there's NFL rules on how to handle fracture and cast and bracing and stuff like that.
Do you know those NFL rules by chance? Like, are
Not
you
by
allowed?
heart,
I was
no.
going to say, are you allowed to play with a known break as long as it's well casted? I mean, because it depends on what it is. Like
it's
a
up
hand.
to you.
Okay.
I mean, there's guys playing with fractures and tears and stuff like that.
I would think that the rule would be like if you have to wear a brace or whatever, it's got to be covered or something so you don't. Like in hockey, some guys, and this happens too, but like some guys with broken wrists or whatever and wear something and then.
It has to be padded around it.
Yeah, exactly. So.
You have to have
What
padding.
won't they let you play
can't
with?
have like a thug thing and just like
a club.
A club thug, yeah.
But what will get you like where there's just no chance of you being able to play? Like where they're just like no.
It's him.
Okay.
It's him. He'll get comfortable with how, because you think about it, your forearm. He broke his forearm, so his grip is like, you know, it's still like a little lazy out there. You gotta create that strength and muscle around it. And then you can brace it, and it depends on how creative the brace gets on that forearm. If it's going to be a pseudo cast, but you have to have stability so you can your fingers can feel like they're part of a full arm. You know, when you break those things, it's kind of like a limp wrist type of thing.
Well, another guy that they're talking about coming back, Anzalone, the big one, and then Jalen Reeves-Maybin. He got injured in Week 9. He had a neck injury. They brought him back. They opened his practice window last week. He was able to practice. Could play this week. Obviously, neck injury completely different than a broken arm. Yeah. How do you brace the neck? You know, how do you try to retrain the way they're tackling? What do you do in these situations when someone has a hurt neck?
I mean, one, he's got to be pain-free, right?
Okay.
He's got to be symptom-free, 90% better. That's the rule. You know, how do you brace it? You know, the the K-tape and all that, we can K-tape him up. We can build up support around it, but no, you're not putting him in a neck brace and putting him on the football field. But, you know, you'll see the pad behind his helmet. You'll see a lot of precautionary things that he'll have. But really, it's him playing. Can he go? Can he adapt? Can he, you know, meet that line at the same level? You know, is he going to be tackling at the same level? That's just watching him in the field, what he's feeling. And it sounds like, I mean, I'm not overlooking San Francisco. I mean, we should be able to take San Francisco and giving him that extra week. You know, even if it looks good with the Vikings, I know it's, you know, for the division title, and I think it's just day-to-day considerations. You know, it's good. You know, this is the next step we're focused on. Let's get through this step. Let's do all the proper things for this step, entering into that 21-day return. And then, as you feel better, there's parameters that you're hitting.
Appreciate that, Doc. Yeah, I mean, those are two big injuries, and obviously more. It seems like the Lions are mending though right now. Do you feel that too? I mean, is it just me as a hopeful fan, or like are we trending back to healthy?
We're definitely trending back to healthy. I mean, you know, we add what did we last week?
Nothing.
No.
Not a one.
Not one.
No blue tent pop up at all.
Right. So we were 5. You know, we've returned 5, lost 2. You know, the week before. So this is good. I mean, our numbers are going in the right direction. You know, you're going to knock off the ACLs, Rodriguez, and our other ACL injury, and then the new fracture. You know, they're definitely out. But some of those soft tissue guys that are mending slowly as we're recovering, you know, you got to give hats off also to, you know, our defense is all banged up. I think we're still ranked number 6. You know, it's the coaching. It's the way they're playing the game. The Bills game just got away from them. But, you know, keeping that defense off the field. The only thing I wanted to bring issue with was you got one healthy running back, Gibbs. I mean, was he like a utility man? Why was he touching the ball? I mean, you got one good guy left. Are you trying to?
Because you play with the parts you got, right? You dance with the girl you brought.
I know, but, you know, let's throw the ball a little bit more. Let's take I mean, how many touches did he have?
He had quite a few. I'm
This is
not
when they
exactly sure. I know he
when
had
you turn
14 carries for 100 and something yards, and then I think 5 or 6. So about 20 touches. I didn't think it was that many, right,
Well,
Spenny?
maybe I was focused.
Guys,
It's just he's impactful.
guys. This is when you go, Doc. Training room's over there.
What did you say?
I said, this is when you go, Doc. The training room is over there. Yeah. We're gonna leave that to the Ben Johnson. Doc Pierce says too many plays for Amon-Ra.
Yeah. He had 23 carries and 4 catches.
So 27 touches. That's quite a workload for
him.
That's
a pretty big
obviously
workload, yeah.
more than normal, but that's because Montgomery was out.
Yeah.
Dr. Pierce in here twice a week. You're going to be back in on Thursday?
I'm in town.
All right.
I'm in town.
If the doc's in town, he's going to be here giving us updates.
Any big plans? You have big holiday plans?
No, you know, the family, they're getting older. You know,
they want nothing
girlfriends
to do with it, right?
and boyfriends, and you know, their family's a little bit more religious than we are, so I'm kind of on the sidelines right now. So if anybody's got some good plans, let me know.
There you go. Doc needs a plate.
Yeah. I need a home for Christmas. No.
Adopt a doctor here at Woodward.
No, but I do want to focus in on that clinic and get people's thoughts. And, you know, even if you have people now, for our listeners, if you have someone that's struggling with insurance and they're a real athlete and they need, you know, like what I would call expert advice, I think Darren would back that up. We're happier doing that than fighting with insurances. I'm not getting paid anyhow on a large percentage of patients.
from
I
the
also enjoy the
feedback,
people I'm seeing.
from the feedback, there's a lot of athletic directors at middle schools and stuff like that said there's a bunch of their students that would better. So there's definitely the conversation that you want to have. There's a need for it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea, and we should hammer that out.
Yeah, so let's see. We don't want to overflow, but it'll be fun.
All right. Thank you, Doc. Have a great
All
holiday.
right, Merry Christmas to all you guys.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
And if you want to be a part of the Lions game on Monday and party with us, there's one place to do it. Hayes Social in Shelby Township, 21 Mile in Hayes. Come on out. We're doing the live watch party. Spenny and Easy will not be there because they're going to be rocking it downtown, but we're still going to have a good time out at Hayes Social, brought to you by 1800 Tequila, Soroki's, Sabbath Coffee, and, of course, New Holland Brewery.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's your last day to be a baller and go get a new car for your significant other. How cool is that? You open up the garage and there it is with the big bow on it. At one point in my life, I'm going to do that. And you can do it this year. Just go to Feldman today. They're open. They got the deals rolling and you can be a big shot. Get the car, put it under the tree, put it in your garage, put it in your driveway. But if you're getting one, make sure you get it from Feldman, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. See a lot of people talk about the mileage on their cars in the chat. My last car I got rid of at 272,000 miles. My Jeep now has 182,000 miles on it. Yeah, I drive cars into the ground.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
Cars and hockey sticks. Replaceable.
How often do you break a stick, D-Mac?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Like during a game?
Yeah.
Like break it?
Well, not on purpose, but how many sticks did you go through a game?
you'd break one every few games or whatever, but you go with 3 new sticks a game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd use your backups for practice, like whatever it is, but I'd cut 3 brand new ones a game. Because, like, they come. So usually, like, if you come in dozens, so you'd order, like, 12 dozen.
Yeah.
Right? So to 12 dozen sticks, 144 sticks, there's probably 90, maybe 100 that are gamers. And the rest should, sign off or whatever. And because you got to remember, they come in the pattern, but sometimes because it's machine, it's weight off or it's like a gun. The easiest way to do your stick is like a gun. So if you're a hunter or whatever, you want certain balance to it, from wherever, like high point, like a Brett Hall uses like a 65 flex, which I could bend like this. So when you see the torque,
you can see the whip.
As a Dano Char would use like a 250, where you go to flex that and you blow the tendons out in your forearm. It's so stiff. So it's all personal preference.
Well, speaking of personal preference, what'd you guys ask for Christmas? You guys,
I just asked for money from my siblings because I need a new laptop. Okay. And so I need something that I can use. Like my laptop's a piece of shit. It's like 15 years old. So I just asked my siblings and parents to let me get some money, and whatever they give me, I'm going to put towards the laptop, and I'm going to buy it myself.
What about you, KG? What'd you ask for?
Pretty much the same thing, money. This is a very Christmas for me and the missus this year, just based on finances and all that. But Woodward Sports looked out for me. I appreciate what you did for me last week, and yeah, man. But besides that, I don't ask for much, man. It's one day. You could give me shit every day. Like just be a decent fucking human. That's all I can.
There we go. That's solid.
I
What
look
about
forward,
you, D-Mac?
Well, just look forward to, with the grandkids or kids spending. I don't.
Yeah.
Every day's Christmas to me. So
I asked for 2 things: coffee and weed.
Hey,
that's it.
Right. Pretty simple.
That's on
good
the
combination.
Pretty simple.
I was like, listen, I don't need anything.
Right.
I will use it. It will be gone.
Yep.
I don't have to store it anywhere. And so my wife, who is a pharmacist, went to a dispensary for the first time today.
For the first time? She'd never been before that.
She had never been to one.
Wow.
She doesn't smoke. She's never tried it. It's not her thing.
Yeah.
She deals the legal drugs. She's a pharmacist.
Get it.
So yeah, it was interesting to have her walk into a dispensary as a medical professional on the other side of the counter.
Did she get the good stuff?
I'll find out tomorrow. I don't know. She had no.
Right.
She's like, I didn't know.
First
I had to
time
ask
in the
somebody.
dispensary, you got to be careful, man.
Yep.
All you need, and here's a tip. Whether it's for you or you don't know, right? Find that dispensary or ask, those places that's what they do.
Yeah.
They will take the time with you. So for example, if Stick told you earlier, right? He likes heavy indica.
Yeah.
Right, which is the sedative and the flowers, sort of whatever.
'Cause I'm
So
wired.
you walked into any dispensary going, hey, I'm getting it. I want to get a gift and whatever it is. What are your best indica flowers that will put somebody out?
Give me your heaviest so I can relax finally.
Right. Or just get the DMAC pack.
Yeah.
Shout out
The
to
D-Mac.
D-Mac.
Shout out
pack.
Jar's
I was
Cannabis.
high as fuck.
But you guys have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for being a part of the show, Spenny. Thank you for all you do for the network.
Merry Christmas, boys and
KG,
girls.
obviously, you're the dog. Thank you for all you do.
course,
D-Mac.
thank you.
Neil asked me, hey, is D-Mac going to be in next week? I'm like, we didn't discuss it, but it's D-Mac. He's going to be there.
If I didn't tell you I wasn't,
Right.
then I'll be here
Thank
today.
you, Stick. Thank
And I'll
you
see
for
guys
everything
on
you've done
Thursday.
for us, for building
Next week,
this
that's another question.
and letting us
Deuces.
be ourselves.
Right.
Be
Pay
yourself.
social, all of it. All
Be
of it.
yourself.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
You
King
filthy
Cunningham.
animals.